Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about why I don't need a personal finance expert. Now, it's not to sound like I know it all, but let's be real. They all say the same thing, and I think some of the times they have to, because they need to be safe. They need to not really think outside the box. They don't want to reinvent the wheel. But if you listen to as many investors as I do, if you listen to a lot of multimillionaires and billionaires, because that's what I emulate, that's what I look towards. I don't look up to them, but I look toward them for the best advice that I can possibly get. And what you'll find is that financial advisors typically don't give you advice to be real wealthy. They don't give you advice to be millionaires. And in this channel, that's what we're about. We're not about being stagnant. We're not about not achieving what you're supposed to achieve in life. We're about getting to that millionaire status. We're about seeing that $1 million investment pay off. And so here's a few things that investors will say. One, a lot of the times they work for the same companies you do. They may be a third party, and what they're going to do is they're going to tell you to invest in that 401k that they're profiting from, right? So my take on that, you should invest in the 401k, specifically the Roth IRA, because if you're like me, you're going to make more money. And if you have a employer match, that's more advantageous for you. If you don't have an employer match, still invest in a Roth because it's going to go tax-free. Now, once you max that out, you don't really need to worry about the 401k aspect because it's post-tax. It's pre-tax, sorry. And so you're going to pay on that afterwards. So you might as well get that into a regular account that you can potentially liquidate if you need to without the penalties that a 401k will give you. Now, again, you need to know the difference between a Roth and a 401k because I'm speaking a little bit high level right now, and I don't want you to get lost in the sauce. All right. So first thing I want you to do is subscribe to the channel, like this video because it truly helps me out and it helps the channel grow. And we're going to get straight into it. So like I said, they're profiting off of that 401k if you didn't go and seek financial advice from someone outside of the company. And because of that, you need to be aware that not everything is going to be in your best interest. Now, again, they're playing it safe. Definitely do the Roth regardless of the employer match. And as for the 401k, if that's all they offer, then you might as well go ahead and open up your own account. I started off with Acorns. No, actually, I'm lying. I started off with a Robinhood account. I then had a separate account with Acorns that I ended up using to buy a property eventually. That's back when you could actually have an Acorns account for $1 a month. Now they're charging about $3 a month. So no, I don't do that anymore. But I also utilize M1 Finance now as my go-to. I do have a Robinhood account, but I don't necessarily use it. And then I have a bunch of 401ks that I do need to consolidate and Roth IRAs that I do need to consolidate at some point. With that being said, we're going to move on to the next topic. You do need to limit certain expenses. Now, everyone's going to be different on this topic. You're going to have some people who say live your best life and make more money. For me, I think that it is important to limit the things that you don't need in your life because it's only going to hinder you. So, for example, if you have a Netflix subscription that you don't use, why are you paying for it? For example, I have a PlayStation 5. As a guy, you would think that I play the PlayStation all the time. But in fact, unless there's a very, very hot game, I'm not playing the PlayStation. And if I do, it'll last about a month and a half, and then that game is no longer relevant. But I paid for the whole year internet subscription just to not play the video game after a month and a half for about another 5 months. It's about $60 for internet for the whole year. But still, we all know that it shouldn't cost $60 for internet when you already have internet in your house. But that's why I have Sony stock. Because, hey, I need some of that money back. So let's move on. limiting expenses is going to help you in so many ways. One, you're going to have more money. Therefore, more money creates more opportunity. When you have opportunity, you can go out there and create more income. So why do I like opportunity so much is because like when 2021 came around and 2022 came around, I was poised to now buy property. I didn't have to wait around for someone. I didn't have to beg anyone for money. I didn't have to ask around, hey, let's do this, let's do that. No, I worked hard. I did not buy everything that I thought everybody else wanted, like the newest car on the block or the nicest luxury suite. No, I did live well. I did eat all that I liked because I love food. I did go out and I did party a lot, but I did not spend what people spend, maybe $6, $7, $10 a night on parties, and I would party every week. I mean, but I'm not spending $100. I'm not getting bottle service. I'm not doing the things that my friends do. So it was very, very different for me. Someone who goes out every single night is not spending $200 every single night. I'm spending 20. Whereas they might go out once a month, they're spending 200. They're spending more than me and they go out way less than I do. So again, is understanding who you are. I might buy drinks for a friend or two, but I'm not buying drinks for everyone. Does that make sense? So yeah, instead of buying a bottle, I'll just buy a few drinks. That's how I am. There was one night where I bought a bottle that someone actually said they was gonna split with me and didn't split. But that's okay because I ended up leaving with all the women. So hey, take that how you want it. That's for another day. But why not go with the financial advisor? So again, they're gonna tell you about the 401k. They're going to tell you to increase that incrementally every single year by at least 1% until you don't really feel it. They're going to want you to be around 15%, and then they'll tell you something like, hey, yes, this is the average. This is what people are doing. This is where you should be at for your age. You're doing very, very well. They can't give you any tax advice. Right? They can't tell you to liquidate this. They can't tell you to sell that. They can't tell you to buy this type of car. And then if it's not in your business name, then what are you really doing? Because, I mean, let's say you buy the car to avoid some type of taxes. Let's say you trade it in and you recoup some of that tax implication by doing a trade-in, which a lot of people don't know that they can do. You can actually trade in a car and the value of that car will reduce your taxes. People don't even know that. But that's only if you're willing to spend money on something to now not pay as much taxes, right? So are you even in a situation where you should be thinking about that? All of these things, you have to watch this channel, you have to watch several videos in order to understand what is truly going to apply to you, what is applicable to you and your situation. Another thing that I would like to say is that a lot of these tax professionals, they don't give you a budget. These financial advisors, they don't give you a budget. They don't go over your spending habits. They don't do these things. They say, hey, you got 30 minutes of my time. This is what you should be doing, X, Y, and Z. They don't tell you to cut nothing. They don't want to ruffle any feathers. They don't want to get on your bad side. I'm going to tell you how it is. I'm going to tell you, you don't need that Disney subscription right now. You can't afford it. I'm going to tell you that you shouldn't be eating out every single day. You need to learn how to cook. I'm going to tell you that if you want to buy X, Y, and Z, if you want to flip houses, you actually have to go outside and do it. Especially right now when it's winter time, especially right now when there's less people out there who are motivated to do that dirty work. I already have people blowing up my phone asking me if my properties are for sale. No, it's not. And I'm going to report you as junk mail. But that doesn't stop them from calling me from 7, 8, 9 different numbers every single day. Okay? So be one of those. Be the person who's always out there. Be the person that's always calling. Out of all the people in your state, there has to be someone who's going to say yes. Be the one that gets the yes. Like, it's not rocket science, but we have to go harder. We have to figure this out. So make that money. Find a high income skill, like car sales, if you know how to market, like real estate investing, like being a real estate agent. All these things help. All these things get you to where you need to be in order to be a high income earner, which I should probably talk about in another video. So if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you on the next one. Peace.